everybody. I know it's been a minute. This has probably been the toughest 3 weeks of my entire life. My daughter had a cyst that burst on her ovaries, and she went into septic shock. And she would do really, really well, and then she would crash. Really, really well, and then she would crash. Well, now she's doing great. She just has to work her muscles because she hasn't worked them for so long. And I just want to give a PSA to you ladies. Every time my daughter had a lady exam, she would cancel. This all could have been avoided and it would have been found. So please, I know I'm not your mama, but please, it's embarrassing, it's awkward, I know. But please, take care of yourselves. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. So today, how far would you go for likes and views? Would you do something awful just for attention? I found some people who absolutely would. So here we go. Mom pushes baby son in cake.
Mom.
Did you see how aggressive that was? The poor baby. Oh, wow. That's child abuse to me. I don't know who you are, lady. Get some help. And you shouldn't even have a child if you're doing this kind of stuff to them. It's not funny. Did you see the look? Well, I think the baby's face was blurred. But I couldn't imagine doing that to a baby. Sicko.
Slowly blended. But the cat is still not dead, and the unidentified man in the video, who only really shows like his hands and torso, places the cat in the microwave, and that is how the cat dies.
Oh my goodness.
The video went viral on Chinese social media, and then it went viral internationally, and netizens are busy avoiding the video, but also trying to hunt down the cat blender man. And of course, there are some people who wanted to watch the video because they thought they would enjoy it. It's a man named Wang Chaoyi. He goes by the username Cat Addiction Therapist on Telegram. He's suspected of creating animal snuff films, animal torture kill videos over the course of a decade. He's founded many websites used by animal snuff netizens. He personally has over 10,000 films that he's produced. His estimated revenue in total from killing animals is close to $700,000. He's also suspected of stealing pets from Chinese citizens that he does go on to kill. Warning, it's about to get very graphic. According to one undercover animal activist, they were able to get some insight on some of the torture tactics used by the blender man, Wang. He would cut 12 live kittens in half in one video. At the waist, he would dissect pregnant cats while they were still alive and force feed the mother cat all of her baby kittens. He would cut open cats and then pour sulfuric acid into their bodies while they were still alive. And he has been doing this for over a decade. It's estimated that he has taken the lives of at least tens of thousands of cats. So with that, finally, the authorities in China get involved. Wang is detained for 15 days. 1-5, and then he's let out after 2 weeks. His charge? Damaging a car window in the process of trying to steal a cat.
What?
He would not be charged for the beheading, torturing, and blending cats alive. Why? Because there are no animal abuse laws in China, making everything he did perfectly legal.
I wish I had the money to go hunt down these people. I really do. How messed up is that?
Did she just really throw her kid down the stairs for content creation?
Oh my God. She literally did. She threw that baby down the stairs. How sick are you? You know, after they do this, does no one call the authorities? If you know who this person is, you probably should. I mean, TikTok does have some sleuths on there that can find you. And they're good. They're really good at finding people. Trash. Absolute trash. Oh, Aubrey Wyatt, if you haven't heard about this, she was bullied to the point by 3 kids in school on social media until she silenced herself. We'll just put it that way. And then the parents of the bullies took this poor girl's mom to court so she couldn't even speak about what happened to her daughter because the other girl's parents were friends with the judge. So they slapped a gag order on her. So if you're not familiar with this, now you're kind of filled in. This is absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Aubrey Wyatt's life was cut short by relentless bullying. This is her story. Aubrey Wyatt was just a young, beautiful, and vibrant teenager, but the weight of relentless bullying and social media pressures became too much to bear. In September 2023, she took her own life, leaving her family and community in profound grief. Her mother, Heather Wyatt, shared Aubrey's painful experience to shine a light on the devastating impact of bullying. She started a social media campaign to raise awareness, hoping to prevent other families from experiencing similar heartbreak. Heather's message was clear: bullying can have fatal consequences. She didn't name her daughter's bullies, but the campaign still faced backlash. 4 families sued Heather, and she was forced to take down her posts. Despite this, Heather remains resolute, continuously advocating for change. Aubrey's story is a somber reminder of the struggles many teenagers face today. It's a call to action for parents, educators, and communities to take bullying seriously and support our youth. If you're a parent, talk to your children about bullying. Encourage open communication and be vigilant for signs of distress. Together, we can create a safer, more compassionate world for our kids. Aubrey Wyatt.
The update on this is that when people on TikTok got hold of this story, they were speaking for the mom. And it did go viral. And you people who did, spread the word about what was happening to her, you're awesome people. Awesome, awesome, awesome people. This is a horrific, absolutely horrific story. And, yeah. When you log onto social media and you're looking just to be cruel, remember this, okay? It's a beautiful life, just gone.
Became horrible murderers. Jared Lee Louder
Jared Lanner seemed like a normal teenager, and he would upload gaming videos to his YouTube channel. However, Jared's life took an extremely dark turn on the 8th of January 2011. Jared went to a grocery store and opened fire, ending the lives of 6 innocent people for absolutely no reason. Jared...
You guys, is it just me or is it in the eyes with these people? Because every time you see their mugshot, their eyes look really, really crazy. Have you noticed that? Gotta watch out for those crazy-eyed people.
Pled guilty to 19 charges of murder and attempted murder and is now currently serving his life sentence in prison.
Why would you ruin your whole life? If I ever went viral, I would want it to be for something funny. Not something cruel, evil. Wow. Jeez. Jesse Smollett. Do you guys remember this? A couple of years ago, he paid people to beat him up and said they were wearing MAGA hats, and he orchestrated the whole thing.
You to 30 months felony probation. You will pay restitution to the city of Chicago in the amount of $120,106. You are fined $25,000, which is the maximum fine. And you will spend the first 150 days of your sentence in the Cook County Jail.
He didn't, though. He was out within a few days.
And that will start today, right here, right now.
No, I would just like to say to Your Honor that I am not suicidal. That's what I would like to say.
Okay.
I am not suicidal.
Okay.
I am not suicidal. I am innocent, and I am not suicidal. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of Black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this. And I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself. And you must all know that.
I think he's still beating himself up about it.
I may fail, but if I fail, I'm gonna die trying. We're all gonna die anyways. It's just a matter of how and when.
Only moments after that video was recorded, Pedro Ruiz was shot dead with a Desert Eagle. All this was captured on camera as a part of his first YouTube video. So this all happened in 2017. Pedro and his girlfriend Mona Lisa had been dating for a while. They had a child together. And at the time that this video was recorded, Mona Lisa was pregnant with their second child. Pedro had big dreams of becoming a YouTuber, and he thought he could really break into the YouTube scene by having his girlfriend shoot him in the chest with a Desert Eagle. Pedro believed that by holding a thick book in front of him, he could stop the bullet. This is an actual crime scene photo of the book that was used in the filming of this video, and you can see that it clearly did not stop the bullet. Right before this video was filmed, Mona Lisa tweeted out, "Me and Pedro are probably going to shoot one of the most dangerous videos ever. His idea, not mine." A lot of this footage is online, but you can see Pedro taking out the golden Desert Eagle, waving it around. But investigators have never released the footage of the actual fatal shot that took his life. Sadly, you can see in the transcript of the video, though, that Mona Lisa was extremely hesitant to do this. In the first place, she hadn't wanted to shoot her boyfriend with a gun. She had been pressured into it. And in the footage, she says, "Babe, I'm not doing this. I can't. If I kill you, what's going to happen to my life? Like, no, this isn't okay." And Pedro in the transcript keeps reassuring her, saying, "As long as you hit the book, you'll be fine." Well, sadly, Mona Lisa did hit the book with the bullet. It was actually a pretty accurate shot there. But unfortunately, the bullet went straight through the book and took Pedro's life. Now, afterwards, Mona Lisa was left alone with their 2 children, and she was eventually sentenced to a 180-day jail term. But ever since the accident, Mona Lisa has really tried to turn her life around. She's actively talked about this whole situation. She's still active on social media. And I have to say, I actually went to school with Mona Lisa when I was younger, and she was a great person. I couldn't believe that this happened. I couldn't believe seeing this on the news. And yeah, just what a tragic story for all parties involved. And also, if you like true crime stories, listen to the podcast that my wife and I co-host, Murder in America, available on all streaming platforms.
Wow. What good is it going to do to go viral if you're dead? Come on. Wow.
This YouTuber made the worst mistake of his life when he decided to fill his bathtub with the famous Orbeez. He began by buying a bunch of boxes of these tiny beads and dumped them all into his bathtub full of water. After a few hours, it looked like this. He was sure that doing this would earn him millions of views, and indeed it did, but he never thought about how he would get rid of them all after recording his video. So he did what any of us would do, let them all go down the drain, not knowing that the worst was yet to come. Unexpectedly, a few hours later, they began to sprout from the toilet and even from the sink. In a few minutes, all the pipes in his house were filled with these things. He did not take into account that these beads, after absorbing water, can grow up to 100 times their original size. But the nightmare was just beginning because the neighbors also started facing the same problem, with Orbeez beads appearing in their toilets and sinks. And all the sewers in the neighborhood also began to spurt these things, turning into a police matter. The YouTuber was identified after posting his video and was forced to pay a large sum to have the beads removed and the neighborhood sewers and pipes cleaned. This YouTuber made the worst mistake of his life when he decided to fill his bathtub with the famous...
Have any of you ever bought the Orbeez? I haven't. I've seen a bunch of videos that people have posted with these things. Wow. The whole neighborhood. Kind of funny. Kind of sucks. Well, it does suck for them.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to...
You guys remember when this went viral? This poor attorney. He didn't know how to get the cat filter off, but it turned out to be absolute gold, and he went viral, but I don't think he meant to.
Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I can see that. Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to...
Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I can see that. Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a...
That one gets me every time because it's so funny. You know, sometimes when you let your kids play with your phone or computer, they do some stuff that you can't get undone. And you can't figure out how, and you have to call somebody. It's great.
Horrible things. Jay Station was a Canadian YouTuber who would often do pranks and 3M videos. One day, he claimed that his girlfriend Alexia was suddenly killed in a car accident. However, he used her death as a way to get views, even communicating to her through an Ouija board. Alexia was revealed to be alive, and once the truth came out, she later revealed how mentally abusive he was. This would later lead to his channel being demonetized.
Why? That's so messed up. To tell people that your girlfriend died. And she didn't. Weird how the truth always comes out, huh? The downfall of Mr. Beast. If you don't know who Mr. Beast is, you probably live under a rock. He was going around giving out thousands of dollars, planting trees. I believe he put in some water filtration systems in Africa so they could drink the water there. I mean, he did a lot of great things. I don't know what's going on. Let's find out.
To me is where things start to get very interesting because Jimmy, aka Mr. Beast, begins to be involved. So there used to be this guy named Jake Franklin, aka Jake the Viking, who would often appear in Mr. Beast's video. Apparently they were pretty good friends. But around 4 years ago, it seemed like he was just cut off completely. They stopped asking him to be in these videos, and eventually he was left to kind of just do his own thing. Well, in the midst of all the drama yesterday, he came out with some tweets. This ain't good for Beast. He also responded to another tweet and says, Chris should tell everyone how old the girl was he was snapping that sent him his first ever pair of Gucci slides. And I understand why he's coming out with these tweets now that all of this is unfolding, but like, dude, if you knew that some sick shit was going on in the background, especially regarding people who are underage.
Exactly.
Why didn't you speak up about this before? And in the most cryptic tweet of them all that he would send out yesterday, he would say, Jimmy knew. Obviously alluding to the idea that Jimmy has possibly known about this behavior for a very long time. Now this to me...
Okay. Does anybody know if these are just allegations or are they true? I don't know. Wow. There's a lot of videos about Mr. Beast right now, and I guess we'll just see how this unfolds.
Does one come to your head?
Yeah, on my head.
And one comes to my head. Are they joking about it?
Yeah. I'm not sure. Where'd that come from? Oh, great. Really strange. It's a good shot, whoever it was.
You're up on top of my head.
Where'd that come from?
From you.
Okay, it seems kind of harmless. But you know, some people, when they're having a bad day, you might want to be careful with stuff like that. Just saying. You know, kind of gauge who you're doing this to before you do it. If you can. Sometimes you can't tell, though. That's all for this one, guys. I love you. Like and subscribe, okay? Alright. Bye.